Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of The Bitter Pill. So today I want to settle a little dispute about AOC that came up today. I'm going to make an episode in a few days, I guess, taking a bit of a deep dive into looking at AOC and the squad in general. But I just wanted to cover one point today. Alright, so let's look at the dispute and the receipts I have that address it. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so earlier today, AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, representative from New York and most famous member of the so-called squad, tweeted, "Abolish ICE." And she said that in the past. She said a lot about it her first year in Congress in 2018. And as you can see here, she's responding to a tweet from ICE, the Immigration and Customs. I can't remember what it stands for. Let's look it up. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Anyway, so they tweeted, "Today we honor Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s message of hope, justice, and equality. Meanwhile, we're going to deport everybody we can, or keep them in cages, etc." So she says abolish ICE. And Nico House from the Mikasa Sukasa Network podcast on YouTube said, "Then why did you remove abolish ICE from the immigration section of your platform?" And as you can see, you got a bit of a ratio there from all the AOC lovers, because they were like, "Oh my God, that's not true. What are you talking about? She just said abolish ICE above." So this dude, Breonna Taylor ACAB, who's not as anti-cop as his handle would indicate from what I've seen. But anyway, he said, "So blinded and fueled by emotional outrage, you couldn't be bothered to fact-check your hatred. Laughed my fucking ass off." And Nico CSFB said, "Oh, screenshot her immigration section and post it." And this guy says, Breonna Taylor, hashtag ACAB, says, "It's not under the immigration section, but it's literally stated on her website in the words abolish ICE under the women's rights section. And you already know this. You're being obtuse. The only proof she's reversed course on wanting to abolish ICE seems to be your feelings." Now remember, what Nico said literally was, "Then why did you remove abolish ICE from the immigration section of your platform?" So the question is, did she remove abolish ICE from the immigration section of her platform? And always being the researcher, I decided to look into this and find out whether in fact that was true. And at first I looked at her congressional website, and there was no mention of abolish ICE there. But eventually I figured out they were talking about her campaign website. So I looked that up, and let me tell you what I found. As I said here, to settle a dispute between at Nico CSFB and some random AOC ass-kisser, AOC did remove abolish ICE from her website last year. It was a heading on the site earlier in the year, then removed, then added back late in the year under the women's rights section. What the fuck is up with that? Why is it in the women's rights section? Well, presumably because nobody would think to look there. Receipts below, I said. Okay, let's check out those receipts. Okay, so first one. This is from earlier in the year when she was running in the Democratic primary, and of course, the establishment Democrats put up a challenger against her because even though she's kind of wishy-washy sometimes, she was still too radical for them. But anyway, as you can see here, immigration justice / abolish ICE was in her platform as an actual heading in her platform on March 11th, as of March 11th, 2020, and presumably other times earlier in the year. So let's see what she says here. Okay. Alex believes that if we are to uphold civic justice, we must abolish ICE and see to it that even under our undocumented neighbors, be treated with the dignity and respect owed to all people, regardless of citizenship status. A little convoluted grammar there, but I mean, as you can see, this is like the main focus of this section. She goes on to say it's time to abolish ICE, clear the path to citizenship, and protect the rights of families to remain together. And so this whole section actually is pretty much about ICE and how unaccountable and awful they are. Where Alexandria talks about this. Newsweek, more 2018 candidates are calling to abolish ICE under President Trump. The Nation, it's time to abolish ICE. Video, the time is now to fight for dreamers. So, a lot of stuff about abolishing ICE there. Okay. So, let's take a look at, I believe this is going to be July of 2020. So, just after the July 27th. So this is after the New York primaries. This is her site for her congressional run in the fall, now that she's won the primary. So we got Medicare for all, a federal jobs guarantee, honor and immigration. What the fuck is that? No mention of ICE in any of these headings. So let's go down here to the honor and immigration section and see what we find. Undocumented immigrants fill so many of the essential jobs that kept this country running during COVID-19 that it's past time to make them full members of the country they call their home. And to make a long story short, there is not even a mention of ICE whatsoever in the section. Remember, immigration and customs enforcement. No mention of ICE in the section about immigration. Isn't that interesting? Well, this fellow mentioned something about women's rights. Abolish ICE being in that section. Well, guess what? It's not there at all. As of July 27th. Okay. Well, what the hell is he talking about then? Well, apparently she thought better of it and added something about abolish ICE back in the fall. Okay. Is it in the immigration section? No, it is not. That's pretty much the same stuff. Okay. Well, is it in the women's rights section, as he said? Well, not there, not there, not there, or there, or there. I mean, this is all good stuff here, but, okay, so she finally mentions ICE down here. DHS, ICE, and police departments are shackling and restraining pregnant immigrants incarcerated in their facilities. Immigration detention centers have forcibly sterilized women in their facilities. Okay, I mean, so it's all good stuff, but, okay, as for abolishing ICE, there it is. 2 words. Abolish ICE. That's it. So it goes from a whole section early in the year on her campaign website. Multiple paragraphs, as well as being the heading of the section on immigration. Abolish ICE was in the heading, and that was a central focus of the section on immigration, that we needed to abolish ICE to 2 words in the fall. So, as I said to somebody, we have, well, actually, as I said to Nico, we can't assume that we've won the dispute against somebody like this hashtag ACAB guy, because they always have a comeback to this. You supported Tulsi. They always say that. Okay, well, I hope I made my point. So please like and share and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time. Okay, there I am. I'll see you next time, guys.